What's up, everybody? It's guubums back with another new video. I know it's been a long time since I put out a new YouTube video just because I tend to take a break at the end of every set. But obviously we're in a new set now, set 15, and I'm going to be talking about the all-new set mechanic, which is power-ups. So today I'm going to be talking about like how to tailor your power-ups, right? And this is going to be kind of like a niche concept that's not going to be all too applicable for all levels of play, just because it's a lot of work for like a minor optimization, but it is going to be really important if you're going to try to chase like what we call kind of like optimal gameplay. That being said, the APM required for it, the time required for it isn't always going to be worth it, and it is like definitely really annoying to kind of keep track of. So if this is not interesting to you, obviously you guys don't have to follow along, but if it is, let's get into it. This video is not going to be talking about like a tier list of all the different power-ups, just because given what we know about power-ups right now, because there's no like kind of data on the strongest power-ups, it's pretty hard to reach a consensus on like an actual tier list of the different power-ups. What I can do is talk about some of the strongest power-ups for the best comps in the game right now. Now that being said, because I have not released a comps video thus far in the set, I don't want to talk about like all the best comps in this comp or in this video, but I will talk about the main comps that I play, which is going to be Katarina reroll, Yumi, kind of Prodigy Yumi, and then Sork Mech Karma main carry, right? And the main one I'm going to be kind of like focusing on, and I'm going to show you a couple clips later in the video, is going to be like how do you tailor for your desired power up. So if we read this right here on this website, which I will leave in a leave the link down in the description below, but it says here logic behind the power up helper. Power up options don't repeat in 2 consecutive rounds, so using it on a unit with high power up overlap as a helper can increase the chance of getting the desired power up effect on your target unit without wasting a remover. And what this means is that, like, say I want a specific power up on, say, Rakan. In this case, the best power up for Rakan is going to be Unstoppable. This is going to be true for a lot of tanks, but again, I'm just going to be talking about Rakan today because he is a main unit in the Katarina reroll comp, which is definitely a top, 3 to 5 comp in the game that you probably should be playing. But anyways, so what you do is that like you go on this website, you type in or you put in the unit you want. In this case, it's going to be Rakan, and you scroll down here, and it's going to say like I want this specific upgrade, or sorry, this specific power up, and it's going to tell you like the best helpers for this power up. And what this means is all I'm going to do before I hit Rakan is I'm going to put the power up on a Zac, and then I'm going to sell the Zac. It doesn't matter even matter which ones you get offered. You just click one of them, sell them, and then immediately put the power on Rakan. If you miss, again, you just go with the remover. And this is going to be true for some of your other units. So, like in this comp specifically, the Katarina and Rakan reroll comp, you're going to see Katarina and Rakan being your main units. So the main kind of power-ups you should be going for on these two units is going to be Unstoppable for Rakan and Dark Amulet for Katarina. As you can see, the base probability to hit these on any given kind of like power-up is going to be 12%, because you're given 3 options, right? But obviously you can improve that by an extra 1% in this case, which like you don't think it makes a difference, but in overall like it kind of helps just because it's like 1/12, so about 8% like more times you use it, you'll see Dark Amulet, which is actually a pretty meaningful kind of like optimization over the course of several games, because if you actually miss on some of these quote unquote like powerful power-ups or like these S tier power-ups on your carries, like you're probably missing out on a lot of value. I think in the case of Dark Amulet, it's not actually all that important, but you'll notice that like certain units such as Rakan without Unstoppable, like they're just completely different units whether or not you're given this specific power up or not. Now again, this is not going to go into like all the best power ups for all the best comps or all the best units, but because like some of these are so obvious to the comps that I play, and like there actually is a consensus amongst some of the pro players in at least North America about some of these comps and some of these power ups, I just felt like it was worth talking about. So I'm going to show you a clip from my stream yesterday about me doing this exact kind of upgrade or this exact tailor for my Rakan. So we can see it's on 3-5. It's getting towards the end of 3-5 right now. So on 3-6, obviously you dropped your second fruit and you can make your second upgrade. And we're going to see what I do. And I'm just going to roll the clip with the sound on so you can hear about like what I'm talking about as I'm playing.
I have 4 of each. I need 10 more. I need 8 more.
I forgot to check with the tailor for Rakan. Zac, Set, Swain, Zinzao is one of them. So Zinzao is one of them. I'm going to sell these units that I was kind of holding, but not really, because I value holding the Zinzao, because again, the fruit is coming next turn, right? again, I'm just gonna put on the Zinzao, click something random. There's like a little bit of a delay on when you can click, so like again, it takes like an extra 2 seconds of your turn. And sometimes for your main transition turns, when you start like removing your power ups everywhere, it is going to get in the way. So again, if it's like a big turn for you, most of the time this tailoring is not actually all that worth it, just because it takes too much time to actually do during your transition. But again, it's a minor optimization that can be beneficial to your gameplay.
Who else? Zinzao.
So very quickly, I'm going to do it again
Jarvan, Darius.
on the Zinzao. That's in my shop.
Just do it on Zinzao twice.
There's no real reason to do it again. It's just at the time of this clip, I thought there was a reason to do it twice. But as you can see, I do hit the unstoppable, which is the one I'm looking for. And then obviously I will take that. And yeah, and that's pretty much the gist of this idea. The other ones I will talk about just very briefly. Again, because these are the comps that I play the most, and because I know that these are the best power ups for these comps, is going to be Yuumi and Karma and I guess Leona, but Leona's also unstoppable. Like I believe, yeah, Leona also rolls unstoppable. So if you're playing Leona, you're playing Leona and Yuumi, you're just gonna want to get unstoppable. In the case of Yuumi, you want to go for bullet hell. So if you go to Yuumi, same idea. If I'm playing Yuumi and I want to search for bullet hell, I find Ari. It gives me a 3% bonus. That's a huge bonus, right? Like this functionally means that roughly, I want to say 15% of the time you're going to get, you're going to get bullet hell if you do the 15% more of the time you're going to get bullet hell if you use one of these major ones, like I guess Ari and Malzahar. Malzahar is not going to be too often, just because like most of the time when you're playing Yuumi, you're playing Malzahar. But again, we're talking about, and the last one I want to talk about is just Karma. Sorry, real quick, Karma. And I type in efficient because it's the best one for her. Mage is the second best one, but efficient is definitely the best one. So abilities cost 20 less mana to cast. Same idea. You just use it on one of these, and the world is your oyster. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I'm going to be releasing a comps video soon, so look out for that. As always, thanks for watching. If you guys have any feedback, please leave it down in the description below. But otherwise, please subscribe and leave a like, because that obviously helps out the channel a lot. And yeah. Until next time, peace out.